This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Let's talk about Hugh Jackman and Deborra-Lee Furness, Ryan James. Of course, they separated. Yeah, it is full on, and obviously there's a lot of pain and complication when it comes to a separation after 30 years of marriage. I mean, 30 years is a very long time to have cemented your routine and love and what you believe to be your life partner for the rest of your life. But, as we know in life, things change. You can't always predict the roller coaster you're going to go on. As we know, Hugh Jackman is now seeing Sutton Foster, and she is in the theatre as well. He has worked with her before, and they are now a couple. So that led to the separation of Hugh Jackman and also Deb. So Deb hasn't spoken for the past couple of years, Fitz, and I think that's how long it has been since their relationship ended. So she's finally come out and said something, which was extremely strong in her words, but also she spoke from the heart, which I think is important to do when, you know, I suppose there's a community that's wanting to hear how she's feeling and how she's holding up. So she wrote, "My heart and compassion goes out to everyone who has ever traversed the traumatic journey of betrayal. It is a profound wound that cuts deep. However, I believe in a higher power that God/the universe, whatever you relate to as your guidance, is always working for us." She continued to say, "This belief has helped me navigate the breakdown of an almost 3-decade marriage. I've gained much knowledge and wisdom through this experience. Even when we were presented with apparent adversary, it has led to our greatest good and our true purpose." So look, she's speaking as if there's hope, but she's also saying, I was done wrong by.
I think the main word we need to focus on there is the word betrayal. Like a very, very strong word. So we need to work this out because while he was on stage with his now current partner, he obviously things were going on there while he was married to Deb. And we know Deb. We've interviewed Deb so many times on the show. I think we have a great relationship with Deb. But for her to come out and use the word betrayal, she's a very proud woman. For her to actually use it in a statement, in a press release, I think means that that has cut her raw.
Oh, it's heavy. It's really heavy. Betrayal is a fairly broad term, though, because you could argue that someone who said to you when you got married that they'd committed to you till death do us part, then you could say that's betrayal because you didn't stick to your commitment of marriage, our legally binding bond that we said to each other while looking into our eyes.
No,
that could be betrayal. So I know where you jumped to, and I did as well when I first read it, Fitz, but it's hard to say what actually happened at the end of their relationship.
Well, I would say that it's alluding to an affair.
It is, absolutely. But then you might say that if he said to her in a conversation, "Hey, by the way, there's nothing going on with this girl Sutton," then if that was a lie but there was no crossover at that time, then she could refer to that as betrayal.
But see, this is why I got out of musicals.
Really?
Because my eye was wandering too much. And I said to BJ, I can't do this. Ash, don't laugh.
Yeah, you think it's funny, do you, Ash? What musical were you in at school, Fitz?
I was in Caucasian Chalk Circle.
Very good.
From Bertolt Brecht. Yeah. Less is more.
Yeah.
And
a lot less would have been a lot more.
Well, that's what the teacher said to me at the end of the year.
That's why you ended up on lighting.
Ash, were you ever in a production at school?
I was a real drama nerd at school.
Were you? What did you do?
There was always a school play or drama performances on, or Year 12, like drama solos, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Terrible singer, so I never did that. But lots of dancing and acting.
Could you argue that there's a level of intimacy around theatre?
Well, I went to an all-girls school, so it was less that way inclined, to be honest. Yeah.
Because I think, you're putting on a performance. I mean, this is why a lot of people won't do Dancing with the Stars. I'll tell you what, Guy Sebastian's not allowed to do Dancing with the Stars.
Why?
Because Jules said women, the dance partners, often push up really hard and hit on the talent on the show.
Well, this is the thing.
There's been so many relationships that have happened and broken on Dancing with the Stars.
Well, Tommy Williams ended up with Kim Johnson, I think it was, for a while there.
Oh,
Who else? Who else?
Well, Rachel Finch is now married to her dance partner because...
Michael, yes.
Yes, the minute you're locked at the hips doing a bit of cha-cha-cha, well then, as if you don't want more of that. You know what I mean, Ash?
And that's the reason why... That's the reason I knocked back. The reason why I knocked back Dancing with the Stars.
Really?
Because Krugs was giving me the eye all the time.
Was she really?
Oh, man. I just said, look, if I want to win this comp, I can't be...
Fits in Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.